And also, remember me telling you I felt a bit sick last week? Even with my health not exactly at its best, I frickin' went to work to provide for y'all asses. Don't you think it's unfair I'm sacrificing so much here, and you're slacking off on your job around here?
It's not like I want to slack off on the housework, you know. Besides, I'm doing all there is to do pretty well, aren't I?
Those jobs don't count as housework.
Trouble Busters!
Hi there, I'm Cynthia. I'm a part-time housewife and my relationship with my family is on good terms. I do my best to take care of the housework while working a part-time job to provide even a little bit for the family. As for my age, that's a secret. Hey Mom, happy 50th birthday! May you live another 50 more years and beyond. To think that you've been alive for 50 years, or for 18,263 days. That's just amazing! Oh, I guess. But wait, don't go around telling everyone my age. That was supposed to be a secret. A secret? A secret to whom? Oh, no one, dear. Never mind. You're so funny, Mom. I guess the cat's out of the bag, but yes, indeed. Starting this year, I crossed the 50-year threshold in my life. My face is slowly starting to develop wrinkles, and I'm really starting to feel the process of becoming an older lady. But even so, I'm blessed with a lovely daughter, Skylar, who's just the sweetest angel in the world, despite her admittedly strange quirks. My life was going great, and every day was a good day. However, my health doesn't seem 100% these days. I get dizziness, sudden spouts of hot flashes, and sweating. Stomach churns, heartburn, and pain in the joints more often. And they're not something nice, let me tell you.
What seems to be the trouble, madam?
My stomach churns quite often now, doctor, and I also get heartburn. And these days I get pretty dizzy, enough that I have to lay down for a while. I have more symptoms than I care to admit, I must say.
I see. This could very well be menopause, madam.
Excuse me? Menopause, is it? How could this happen to me of all people?
This is not an illness, madam, I assure you, so there's no need for so much concern. It's only the most common thing women of your age must face. While I must tell you to be careful, I must also say, my condolences.
Is that so, doctor? Well then, thank you, and I'll be careful. Menopause. Needless to say, I was a little shocked to have been told I was going through this so directly. I realized for the first time that I really was becoming an older woman, like Skylar said as she teased me. Oh wait, I remembered my own mother telling me that menopause sucked, like, a lot. And frankly, I was feeling a little bit depressed. I'm home. You're home? What took you so long? Yeah, can I talk to you about something? Where's your father? He went to take a bath a little while ago, but I think he's just about emerged.
I'm here, guys.
Sorry I took a while. Do you have some time right now? I want to tell you something.
More importantly, the bathtub was a little dirty today, you know? The hell you think you're doing? I think you should review how to properly clean bathtubs. And it took you a while to come home. Where have you been all this time?
I actually went to the hospital. You remember my health never was at its best these days. I didn't really seem to get better even with time, so I got a little worried. And was it anything serious? No, it doesn't seem to be an illness, is what the doctor said. He diagnosed it as menopause, and since I'm at that age, it's kind of obvious right now. So that's why you've been feeling a little under the weather recently. I'll make my own lunches for school starting tomorrow, Mom. You should just get some rest, Mom. Oh, thank you, darling. Dad and I will also help out with the housework, won't we, Daddy-O?
Now hold on a second. I'm not gonna help out, no. Don't go about deciding what your own father's gonna do around the house, Missy.
Wait, what?
Doing the housework is your job around here, right? Why in the world do I have to help you out with what is clearly something you have to do on your own?
Dad, come on. Mom's going through a tough time right now. It's only natural that we help her out around the house.
Skylar, listen. There's simply no reason for me to be with your mother anymore if she isn't capable of doing the housework, you see. I'm the sole provider of this family, the central pillar your survival depends on. And don't you forget it, eh?
Dad, just what are you saying?
What am I saying? The obvious, obviously. Men go to work and make some money, while women stay in the house and take care of it. Where's the value of a woman who can't do housework,
But that's beside the point, for real, for real. The whole point of a family is to support each other in however we can. Skylar, dear, It's okay. Menopause isn't going to stop me from doing the housework as I've always done up until now. The only difference is that I may feel a little unwell is all.
And another thing, it's only natural you take care of your own health, ain't it? And they say that stupid people don't catch colds at all, pretty much. So I'm sure everything will be fine. Right, Cynthia?
Ew? I really don't get what you're saying, Dad, and I don't wanna.
Your mother, she's not exactly smart, is she? Since she can only hold a part-time job. And therefore, she won't catch anything and screw everything up. That's what I mean.
That's so messed up. Say you're sorry to Mom.
Shut up! Cynthia only wants to slack off on her duties just because she's feeling a little older. And I don't have the time nor the mindset to cope with such disgrace on a daily basis. Now get the hell off of your ass, get to the kitchen, and make dinner already!
I'll make dinner tonight, Mom. You just relax for tonight, okay, Mom? All right, dear. Thank you. I'm sorry. Right when I told them about my situation with menopause, the house split in two. My daughter, Skylar, who immediately became supportive and showed me so much kindness, is to help me out with the house, and my husband, Matt, who not only became uncooperative, but rather mean on top of that. I wonder what would trigger such a big difference between father and daughter. Maybe I actually cheated on Matt just once and conceived a child with someone else, and that child was none other than Skylar. In other words, could Skylar be her father's illegitimate daughter? Well, that's what I was wondering for real, since their reaction to the situation were the very definition of opposites. I'm home! Hey, dear, you came home later than usual today. Were you having some fun somewhere, or...? No, I wasn't, Mom. University exams are right around the corner. I can't go off gallivanting when I should be studying. I just bought some workbooks to prepare myself, and I also bought a small Bible to read after the exams blow over. Oh, yeah, that's right. Has it really become that time already? And here we go. I'm making dinner tonight, Mom. Oh, don't do that, dear. Not tonight. Focus on your studies is definitely more important. It's all right, Mom. Honestly, it is. Nothing ever stays in my head, even after I study it for multiple hours anyway. Oh, honey, let me help you at least. You need not push yourself, Mom. I actually met your boss, Mr. Upton, at the bookstore today. And you can't really work very well these days, can you? What? He's worried about you, you know. He's noticed your health was a bit on the fragile side. You know you can be a little spoiled by us, right? We're family after all. Oh, Skylar, thank you. You're so sweet. To be honest with you, I was trying my darndest to appear strong and healthy in front of Matt and Skylar, because in reality, my health deteriorated further, even so that it took all of my willpower to even finish a single job at home, like doing the laundry or vacuuming the living room. Such was my situation, but my husband Matt showed no sign of support whatsoever.
Listen, Cynthia. You can only use your imaginary illness as an excuse so much before things get serious, you know? Why the hell don't you do the housework properly?
I'm sorry, honey, but believe me when I tell you I'm feeling pretty bad these days.
Oh, come on. Using that as a way of getting out your rightfully appointed duties around the house is downright scandalous. And also, remember me telling you I felt a bit sick last week? Even with my health not exactly at its best, I frickin' went to work to provide for y'all asses. Don't you think it's unfair I'm sacrificing so much here, and you're slacking off on your job around here?
It's not like I want to slack off on the housework, you know. Besides, I'm doing all there is to do pretty well, aren't I?
Those jobs don't count as housework. You're cutting corners and nothing else.
Cutting corners, am I?
Even for dinner, the number of dishes you prepare have gone down. And the taste is very subtle and honestly not very good. With that kind of garbage every night, I'd much rather eat something from a convenience store.
Now hold on a second. You probably don't notice this, and I'm sorry about that, but pushing myself more than I should for your sake and for Skylar's. She's been the sweetest person in the world, sacrificing some of her priorities and helping me out around the house. She also does the cooking, so how could you declare her food garbage?
Oh, I get it. Looks like I underestimated how stupid you are, since you really don't understand anything going on around here. Can't blame you, though. You're only capable of doing simple, easy tasks like cleaning and cooking anyway.
Just what do you think you're trying to accomplish here? I'm telling you that I'm not as healthy as I usually am, and yet you refuse to help me out. I don't think you have any right to complain about some things that aren't to your liking.
I'ma use some smaller words here. Whose job is it to take care of the house? You promised you would when we got married.
Promised?
That you would always do your best to make me happy. Do you not remember saying that?
I mean, yeah, I do.
I'm making you happy because I'm providing enough for you and for our daughter. I'm keeping my end of the bargain, so how about you do the same, eh? You're just a spoiled parasite is what you are.
But I also work to provide at least something for the family, don't I? In that scenario, shouldn't it be natural that you do some of the work around the house too?
Don't make me say the same thing more than once, goddammit! Doing the housework is your job. That's all you ever had to do, and that's all you're ever gonna do. Am I clear?
All right, sure. All Matt ever does is complain about this and complain about that, and never does anything to help. But Skylar was still very determined to carry at least some of the burden. And that was life for a while. One day, after about a month after I started feeling the effects of menopause, I woke up at around the usual time, only to discover my body refused to budge. Even though I'd willed my muscles to bring me upright, they never responded. Thinking this was another more serious symptom of menopause, I just lay in bed, relaxing my body and hoping to get its strength back. When Skylar, who'd woken up earlier, came into my room and we somehow managed to get me to sit up. You all right, Mom? You know I have exams starting this morning, so I'm gonna head out now. Yeah, I'm fine, sweetheart. You hurry along now, and good luck on your exams. Yep, off I go! Zoom, zoom, zoom! Oh my, look at the time. Matt, honey, it's time to get up. You'll be late for work.
Wait, hang on! Look at the goddamn time! What do you expect me to do if I get to the office late?
I'm sorry, but when I tried to get up this morning, my body just wouldn't move.
This is going too far, Cynthia! Menopause my frickin' ass! It's all on you if I get fired because I was late, alright?
But it's not my fault. Matt woke up looking monstrous with a temper that matched it. After some lecturing, he left for work, leaving the last thing as a parting shot. If you're going to say that much at me, well then you managed to wake up on your own, damn it. You leave everything in my hands depending on me to get your day going smoothly, and yet you complain day in and day out about everything you don't approve of. I was really getting close to my limit regarding my life together with Matt. That night, Matt came home bearing the same grumpy expression he'd donned that morning. And the moment he walked in through the door, he called for me.
Get the frick down on your knees right now!
Hmm?
I've just about had enough with you. Your ridiculous menopause excuses have gone too far.
But the fact I have menopause remains as the truth.
Shut the hell up! Even men have something like menopause, you know. And I'm still doing my best at work and providing enough for the family. You think I'm gonna forgive you for slacking off when I'm frickin' putting my own life on the line here? Hell no!
But you don't feel unwell now, do you? You seem as sprightly as always.
I'm going through menopause, damn it! I can't get up very quickly in the morning. If this isn't a symptom of menopause, I don't know what is. I get tired pretty easily these days, and even I know I have a pretty short temper.
But that's because you won't stop drinking and smoking now, isn't it? Without proper exercise, that can happen to anyone. It's your own fault that you can't get up very well every morning.
The hell? You dare proclaim this isn't actually menopause, eh? Think you can prove that? Eh?
You know I can't prove anything since I'm not a doctor.
No, you're not a frickin' doctor. In other words, if I say it's menopause, it's frickin' menopause, alright? And yet, I'm trying to do my best. Unlike you, I have to provide enough for an entire family after all.
That's still no excuse for that kind of tongue.
Menopause isn't even a stupid disease anyway. And still, you have the audacity to slack off on your job around here. What have you got to say for yourself?
What are you saying? Yeah, like pregnancy, morning sickness, and periods, menopause isn't a sickness, but they all take a toll on the body of a woman. You don't know anything about human hardships. And also, for the very same reason that menopause isn't a sickness, it can't be cured. It's not like a doctor can prescribe some medicine to make it all magically go away, you know.
Eh?
That's why I want you to help out around here, because I just have to push through without the help of medicine. And still you stay lazy and refuse to even do the simplest of tasks.
Boasting your victory now, are we? If it isn't a sickness, it's not even something serious. Don't get so hot-headed about this, eh?
I'm telling you.
Shut up! If you can't do what I tell you, then pack up and get the frick out of here! If you really want to slack off that much, well then, by all means, slack off for the rest of your whole pathetic life.
Just like that morning, Matt left a nasty parting shot, stormed into his room, and slammed the door shut. At that instant, I felt something inside of me just snap. He was such a kind gentleman in the past. But now living with this inhumane monster is making me want to throw up. If you want me to slack off my whole life, well then, ask and ye shall receive. I made up my mind to do what I wanted to do and took Skylar back to my home with me. I can already see how much of a hard time Matt would have living his life. He's finally going to be able to see how miserable he'd be without me babysitting him every single day. I'll make him rue the day he made me angry, I declare. Troublebusters initiate.
Huh? What? Oh, god damn it, just look at the frickin' time. Hey yo, Cynthia! Get down here this instant! Why the hell didn't you wake me up, you good-for-nothing... Wait, no one's here. Maybe she got so damn pouty she just had to go out for fresh air or something. Honestly, that woman's so immature and useless. Hello? Where the frick are you? The lord of your castle's finally woken up, only to find that his breakfast hasn't even been made. Explain the meaning of this.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything to make for you. If you're hungry, you fix something yourself.
Eh? What's with the bullshit again? You got no goddamn right to oppose me, you hear me? Where the hell are you? Get back here right now and fix me something. I'm already late for work.
Actually, I've taken the liberty to go back to my parents' home. Of course, I have no intention of going back to you, and I have absolutely no shame in leaving you to your own perfect life.
You think I'll ever forgive you for this? You're mistaken, woman. When I find you, I'll make you regret leaving me alone here.
When have I ever said that I needed your forgiveness? You do the things you want done and don't come banging on my door demanding me back, all right?
Enough! How many times do I have to make you learn not to disappoint me? I've told you not to disobey me time and time again, damn it!
If I may, I'm not exactly disobeying you now, am I?
The hell?
You told me to slack off for the rest of your pathetic life, so that's what I've decided to do. You do realize what rest of your pathetic life means, I hope. All I ever did was obey your final orders, and now I have to make sure I really slack off on every conceivable thing for the rest of my pathetic life now, don't I? And boy, do I feel great about doing nothing at all day.
Cynthia, are you pulling my frickin' leg?
Like hell I would lick the leg of some poor menopausal man who has so much trouble waking up early enough to get to work on time. How disgusting. Maybe I would like to do that to a younger, kinder guy, though. Just kidding. But I am, though.
You bitch! Enough with the stupid bullshit!
Okay, I'm stopping with the bullshit. But I will obey your orders to slack off on everything at home for the rest of my life, since your orders came before anything else. Cynthia on duty. Thank you, Master.
You frickin' whore!
Oh, he hung up. Another parting shot, not so much better than that of a middle schooler. Matt was hardly creative and always used direct insults to provoke me, but I now know him through and through, so I have nothing to worry about. This part of him particularly annoyed me towards the end, and leaving him to his own misery was probably the best thing to do for my sake and for Skylar's. Another month passed, and we'd been incommunicado that whole time, and I was starting to think that he was going to call me one day or another. But lo and behold, he didn't call me, but instead so went as far as to show up to where I was living.
Cynthia, dear, I'm begging you, please come back home.
That voice. Surely that can't be you, Matt. You gained weight and just look at your clothes. Oh my, you look pathetic. I have to say. You're so dirty and you smell terrible. Could you do me a favor and, not come any closer?
Please don't say such things. And please, I'd like for my lovely wife to come back home.
How could you stop by without giving me a call first? Do you really not have a smidge of common sense? It baffles me how you're even still employed full-time. That job of yours must have pretty low standards. A visit without setting an appointment beforehand is definitely a deal breaker for many places, and yet, apologies to the enterprise itself, of course. Go home, please, before I make you regret coming here.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No one's helped me out by doing the housework since you left. I'd been getting by with food by eating convenience store stuff in restaurants. But gaining weight also comes with a pretty big financial price. I can't use the laundry machine, nor do I understand coin laundry places very well. I do my best to try and clean up the house, but it just seems to get messier no matter how hard I try. And nothing I try in anything ever works.
I mean, I'm not surprised in the least. I never expected a boy who'd never taken care of any home even once in his entire life to suddenly cope with everything.
So please, come back home. Please.
And what do you expect me to do once I get home, pray tell?
Of course. That'll be the housework that's been piling up. Like cleaning up the rooms and stuff like that.
Now it's my turn to tell you when the bullshit's gone too far. I've been telling you every single friggin' day that I wasn't feeling well, and my health still hasn't recovered completely. And you still have the audacity to demand I do all of your housework?
But you know I can't do it myself, and Skylar has her exams to worry about.
So you don't even have a sliver of a mind to think about how we feel about this?
Yes, I do, honey. But still.
Shut up with the but this and but that. I can't be like this with you anymore, Matt. You've driven me to the breaking point, and I'm going to make things better for me and for Skylar. I'm filing for divorce.
What? Divorce? Now hold on a second, honey. Why must you take things to the extreme?
Listen here. Think rationally for just a minute, for once. And try to realize how ridiculous you sound with what you've been asking of me right now. What if I forced you to go to work even though you're running a fever of nearly 40 degrees and haven't even got the strength to drag your butt to the bathroom? Tell me how you would feel in that situation.
That would be...
What you've been doing to me is exactly the same. The only difference is being that it was very real. And that it was going on more close to 2 friggin' months. I can only scoff in disgust now whenever I think about going back to our married life together. Hurry up and sign the divorce documents, please.
No, I don't want a divorce. I'm begging you. I'll do anything you ask, except a divorce. Come on now. You don't like the idea of Skylar having a single parent now, do you?
She hates you more than I do, you know?
You don't know that. You're only telling yourself that load of bullshit to support your stupid cause. I know Skylar loves me dearly.
Well then, how about I tell you directly to that fat face of yours?
Huh?
The fact that an 18-year-old girl like me can understand exactly what's been going on between you and Mom, and you pushing 55 have no friggin' clue. You're a failure as a human being if you yourself don't support your own wife through hard times. And I'd rather die a painful death through pain and torture than proclaim such a scumbag as my own father.
Skylar, you don't mean that.
All this time, it's been a one-way onslaught of insults toward Mom, and you've been making her feel depressed and miserable. I think that your non-human blood runs through my own body. I declare I'm shell-shocked and disgusted beyond all repair.
But this is divorce we're talking about, dear. If we do this, you'll only find yourself with a single parent, Skylar. Is that what you want? Truly?
Answer me this. Do you have any ears at all? Or does everything I say go in one and out the other? Pretty much everything we ever say to you, Mom and I, is nothing but elevator music in your ears. You never pay any close attention because it's nothing but noise. Not saying elevator music should become mainstream, but it's still music and deserves to be appreciated even a little at least. I don't mind at all if a failure of a husband and a father like you suddenly disappears from our lives.
Please. No.
And so it is, so hurry along and sign the stupid document. As for the details of the divorce itself, you can talk to my lawyer for that. We made Matt sign the divorce document, and the relationship was over soon after that. Later on, Matt discussed the details with my lawyer. Due to the numerous instances of harassment on a number of levels, especially power and moral harassment, we demanded the house in compensation, along with halfsies on the child support for Skylar.
How's the herbal medicine coming along? The one you took to help you with the menopause?
Looks like it's working wonders for now. Compared to last week, I feel much better, and I can do lots of stuff I should be able to do without getting too tired.
I'm glad it's working. Thanks to yours truly, the biggest herbal medicine shaman to ever exist.
Yeah, that sounds pretty weird, honey, so I'd suggest you not call yourself that with other people, since you do have your... Yep, I trust you anyway, darling.
But it's such a good thing that it's taking effect.
Well, that and the fact that I really haven't had to overexert myself this past week or so. And it looks like I'll have some instances where my health won't be top notch for some years to come. Is that so? Well, it is menopause after all. All the world's telling you is to take it easy and not to do anything too drastic. Maybe it is telling me that. Tonight I'm gonna show off my cooking prowess even more by making you all dinner tonight, alright? Oh, and what are you gonna make for me tonight, darling? An Italian dish whose name literally means crazy water.
The one, the only, the great magma pazza.
Wait, you don't mean aquapazza?
Yes, I do.
Well, in that case, that's a relief. I was gonna flip if you really did serve me some kind of crazy monster food. Knowing you, you'd take Frankenfood to a whole new level, I'm sure.
You just leave it to me, Mum.
I know you'll do great, darling. By the way, what did you do with Matt's old room? I gave it to you since you told me you wanted that room for yourself. What are you up to?
Oh, that? You can call that my hobby room, so to speak.
Skylar, don't tell me you have something questionable in that new room of yours, young lady. You know you're not allowed to do strange things with your life, right?
Remember that time I told you I'd bought a small Bible to read? Well, I never actually meant the actual Bible. As you probably knew by now, I meant manga, Mum. That new room has a whole bookcase full of manga, so you need not worry about anything strange going on in there.
Manga. Don't tell me you have manga all about black magic and sorcery. These days, I know there's this new manga that's been explosive called Jujutsu something. Just don't go into dark, grotesque stuff, okay, honey? It can turn people into something they're not.
Of course not, Mum. I'm reading BL stories, or boys' love stories.
Oh, sure. Life after the divorce has been great. It's been so nice living together with Skylar, who helps me out with some housework, and my health's been getting better and better every passing day. Matt's been telling his colleagues at work that his wife's annoying because she slacks off on her housework duties because of something she calls menopause. That she's a stupid woman who complains about pregnancy and periods and uses such nonsense as excuse to get her way. You can probably guess that already, but his reputation among female employees at his job is irreparably damaged. And in addition to his habits of drinking alcohol and smoking, he's developed a new habit of devouring huge meals of unhealthy food. And as a result, he's put on more than 20 pounds in a single month. His body odor is becoming much more menacing, and since he isn't even capable of doing laundry or cleaning his quarters, that odor is multiplied by a coefficient of dirty shitbag. And that's causing him quite a few problems, the most crushing of which is that no one wants to get close to him, and he's always alone, whether it be at work or at home. Even beyond 50, he can't find any job to transfer to, and his life's become the very literal definition of being down in the dumps. He now apparently lives in an old, crumbling apartment, but since he can't do any housework properly, it's probably more accurate to call his apartment a landfill at this point. Well, if you ask me, I don't think I need to worry about the man who I divorced.
Now then, let us pray. We thank the Dark Lord, O Satanus, for the delicious slices of life he's brought us, and for giving us the dark force to live in thy name.
Skylar, darling?
Kidding, Mom. I got you, didn't I?
That aside, and all things considered, my life with my lovely Skylar couldn't be any better. She does things around the house so well, it's hard to believe she's actually Matt's own daughter. And it's so nice to rest easy, knowing there'll always be someone who understands the situation whenever my body succumbs to symptoms of menopause, and who helps me out so much. I'm so proud of her for turning out the way she is. Makes me realize how important it is to choose the people you hang out with wisely. And never does that exclude family. Troublebusters.